Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dungeons & Drogans PvP Tournament Grand Finals. Our two competitors have battled their way through their opponents and will meet tonight to determine who shall take the Drogon Crown Throne Belt. In the bottom right corner we have, equipped with a vicious short sword, small shield, and dwarven scale armor, Coltaine, the Warlord. To get here tonight, he edged out a victory on the superiorly mobile Wintier, then defeated the combat veteran that is Sorrow. But today, he's in for his first melee versus melee battle. In the top left corner we have, equipped with a long sword, heavy shield, and blood-cut hide armor, Rekoj, the Warden. To get here tonight, he steamrolled Autumn and then beat Rekt in what was the longest matchup of the series. Right here tonight, these two battle titans will settle once and for all who is the ultimate Drogon. Sit tight as we find out what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Competitors, are you ready?
I am ready.
I was born ready. The winner gets a lollipop.
I don't think they...
CJ?
Nah, gotta go with Doug there. You win bragging rights.
Damn it! Not even a lollipop?
I will permit you to buy yourself a lollipop with your own money.
Yay!
It's great how he needs permission. Alright, let's get on with this.
Then let's get ready to fumble! Roll initiative.
Rekoj rolls an 11.
Coltaine rolls a total of 10.
Rekoj edging out Coltaine by the slimmest of margins as we head into round 1.
Open sesame.
Rekoj opens a door. Coltaine.
Alright.
As our two competitors have made their way toward the center of the battlefield, they can now see each other as they have entered the open central area with pillars. Round 2. Rekoj.
Rekoj triggers his form of Winter's Herald. And boom. And then he advances.
I think you had one more square movement there.
No, I'll just stay there.
Alright. Rekoj walking around the pit. Now 15 feet away from it. Coltaine.
You can still charge through difficult terrain as long as you can meet the move requirements, right?
As far as I'm concerned, yes.
Alright. Coltaine advances, and then charges Rekoj. And attacks.
Coltaine skirting over the fallen pillar to move into charge position.
But I roll only a total of 16, which probably won't hit.
And that's not enough to hit. Both of our competitors here have high armor classes. Round 3, Rekoj.
We sure do. Well, Rekoj will start the slugfest on his own with a strength of stone attack. Arr! He rolls an 18 and also misses.
Coltaine.
Coltaine retaliates with a Viper's Strike. Fumble!
Ooh, Coltaine opening the battle with a fumble. Is this a sign of what's to come for our Warlord? Round 4, Rekoj now with a slightly more hittable Coltaine. His AC virtually 2 lower than it was, meaning he's 10% easier to hit.
Rekoj will smack down on that godforsaken human. How tall is Coltaine?
Not as tall as Rekoj, but probably not short.
Yeah, I guess so. He smacks him with a strength of stone for 27 against AC for 11 points of damage.
Rekoj proving that he didn't even need to capitalize on Coltaine's moment of weakness and delivers the first blow, drawing first blood.
And Rekoj gains 3 temporary hit points in the process.
Rekoj now up to a virtual 55 versus Coltaine's 34 out of 45. Coltaine recovering from his fumble.
Coltaine retaliates with another Viper's Strike. Oh, but that's another 16.
Round 5, Rekoj.
Rekoj decides to use his special attack, his Winter Herald's ability, which deals cold damage.
Rekoj wasting no time bringing out the big guns.
Well, actually, it's not a big gun because it's yeah, whatever. Rekoj rolls 27 again for 9 points of cold damage, and if it hits, Then Coltaine is immobilized until he makes a save.
Coltaine down to 25 out of 45. The immobilization doesn't matter much because Rekoj isn't moving anywhere. However,
Actually,
Coltaine
Rekoj is.
nearly bloodied already. Rekoj is moving. That is surprising, but alright.
Rekoj takes a step back.
Oh, you clever boy. I see. Rekoj shifting away so that Coltaine now cannot attack on this turn. Coltaine is up, nearly bloodied. Rekoj sitting at over 100% HP. That early fumble certainly didn't help Coltaine's situation.
Coltaine, in that case, is going to use Second Wind.
He's not bloodied yet.
He's not bloodied, right. He's just really close. Not... Let's try that over. Coltaine, then. Coltaine will use an inspiring word on himself, healing a total of 14 hit points.
Coltaine back up to 39 out of 45, proving that he is not out of this fight.
And seeing he can do little, he will go into total defense and attempt to shake off the immobilization.
That'll bring Coltaine's AC up to a cool 23, but Rekoj has been hitting AC 27. Will the total defense make a difference?
And I roll an 18 on my save and succeed in throwing off the immobilization.
Round 6, Rekoj.
Rekoj takes a... Wait. Yeah, Rekoj takes a step north, keeping Coltaine within the distance of his freezing aura. But then Rekoj decides to hammer the ground in order to make some plants grow out of it. And he triggers his nature's abundance power. Boom.
Rekoj summoning a 6x6, that is a 6 square by 6 square, or 30 foot by 30 foot square, in which he will have cover, so his AC will be virtually 23 now. No, yes, 23 now. You're right, yes. 7 by 7 square. 35 foot by 35 foot square. Coltaine is up.
Coltaine will retreat, standing atop the raised platform, maintain his total defense, and he taunts Rekoj. So what, you need to hide inside your plants to take me on? Come on over here, you coward.
How will Rekoj take such an assault on his ego? Let's find out. Round 7.
How many javelins do I have?
I believe we established last session 6. Is that correct, Doug?
Okay, well, whatever. Because we'll just say that we have 6. Sheath my sword, pull out a javelin, 2 minor actions, and I toss one at Coltaine. Does that sound good?
That sounds fair.
Well, I can just use a normal melee attack, right? Because... Right?
Melee basic, yes.
So, does javelin have like a +2 proficiency? Because I don't know that.
Checking. It's
Javelin
definitely
is
not a
+2.
+3.
It's +2,
Okay.
1d6 damage.
Okay, so I'll roll for the attack first. So, why is there a 5 damage? Rekoj rolls, gets a 22.
And that is not enough to penetrate Coltaine's defenses.
Okay.
Coltaine.
Coltaine laughs at Rekoj and says, "Is that all you've got? Come on, try it again." And he maintains his total defense.
Round 8, Rekoj. We are 1 round away from the battlefield beginning to collapse.
Can I toss a, Nah, that's too mean. I'll just throw another javelin. Roll 25 against AC, dealing 9 points of damage.
Rekoj gets through Coltaine's defenses and brings the warlord down to 30 out of 45. Coltaine is left with a difficult situation. Does he stay outside of Rekoj's beneficial area and continue to suffer attacks for another 4 rounds, or does he go in there and take his chances with the plants? Coltaine is up.
Coltaine moves behind a pillar and waits for Rekoj.
Round 9. At the end of this round, the battlefield will begin to collapse. Rekoj.
Okay. What kind of cover am I looking at from hitting from here?
Calculating. Possibly none. Yeah, no cover.
Okay. Aw, roll 20.
Rekoj has now gone through half of his javelins. Don't worry, he still has a bow. Unfortunately, no arrows. Coltaine.
Coltaine decides now is the time to strike, even if it's a little peculiar. He's wishy-washy in his tactics. He moves 2 squares closer to Rekoj, and then once again he charges the Goliath. But he only rolls 21 versus AC.
Unfortunately, he can't get through the plant cover, and the battlefield collapses 1 square. Round 10, Rekoj.
Rekoj draws his longsword again. And he'll go for a strength of stone. Why not? Oh, noes! Rekoj fumbles!
And it's Rekoj's turn to fumble. Can Coltaine capitalize on this? The -2 conferred by the dazed condition will counteract the +2 cover bonus to AC. Coltaine is up. Now's your time.
Coltaine pulls out the big guns, prepares to use a Bastion of Defense attack. And that's a total of 26 versus AC, and 20 damage.
Coltaine delivering his first blow, and it's a devastating one. Rekoj brought down to 35 out of 52. With Coltaine sitting on 30 out of 45 and another heal ability left, this match is more than equal.
Coltaine then moves back as much as he can, uses his second inspiring word on himself, heals 13 hit points, and prepares for Rekoj to throw another javelin at him.
Coltaine almost at max HP, 43 out of 45, Rekoj at 35 out of 52. Is that some sweat on the Goliath's brow that I'm seeing? Round 11, Rekoj, as the battlefield continues to contract.
Trying to think here. Rekoj withdraws and goes into total defense.
Rekoj buying himself some time to put his puny brain to work and think of a strategy. Actually, folks, it is a popular misconception that Rekoj is dumb. He, in fact, has, 10 intel?
Yeah,
Yes,
10
10
intelligence.
intel. He's just horribly ugly. Coltaine.
Coltaine pulls out a javelin, and knowing he's unlikely to hit Rekoj, tries to hit him anyway. But without even taking into account the cover and the total defense, it's only a roll of 11 versus AC, so...
Coltaine proving that if Rekoj wants to play with sticks, he can do so as well. Round 12. Rekoj.
Rekoj remains in total defense.
Coltaine.
Coltaine moves, throws another javelin. But that's a 17 versus AC, so definitely a miss.
Coltaine unable to come close to Rekoj's virtual 26 AC. Round 13. Rekoj.
Rekoj remains in total defense.
Rekoj perhaps waiting for the battlefield to close in enough to bring Coltaine in a little closer. I'm not sure if that'll be enough to bring him into Rekoj's plants, but we'll soon find out. Coltaine.
Coltaine launches another javelin. But that's a 10 versus AC.
Both our combatants have now gone through half of their javelin arsenal. Round 14. Rekoj.
Rekoj stays in total defense.
Coltaine.
Coltaine throws another javelin. 21, not enough.
Coltaine with 2 more javelins to throw, and only a couple rounds left of the battlefield contracting. Round 15. Rekoj.
Rekoj remains in total defense.
Coltaine.
Here's the lucky second to last javelin. Nope, that's a 13.
Coltaine, of course, saving up his critical hit for his final javelin.
Coltaine actually switches weapons after missing.
The battlefield contracts for the penultimate time, and we can now clearly see that Coltaine will not be forced to move at all. As we head into round 16, it seems that this battle is trying to win the longest battle ever, and it's almost there because the longest one was 24 rounds, Rekoj versus Rekoj. Round 16, Rekoj.
Rekoj remains in total defense.
Coltaine, who is now once again wielding his vicious short sword and small shield.
Coltaine gives in And with 2 move actions, makes another charge attack against Rekoj.
That charge will give him a +1 bonus, 5% better chance to hit, but Rekoj is sitting on a virtual 26 AC. Can Coltaine land the hit?
But that's a 15. Coltaine cannot roll above a 10 today.
It would seem the spirit of John is with Nick. He couldn't be here in person. The battlefield contracts for the last time. Round 17. Rekoj, now in melee with Coltaine.
Rekoj shifts south and then delivers a Strength of Stone attack on Coltaine. Rolls of 25 for 6 points of damage.
Coltaine down to 37 out of 45, approaching Rekoj's 35 out of 52. And I believe Coltaine has now used both of his inspiring words and is now on equal footing with Rekoj in terms of healing.
And Rekoj gains 3 temporary hit points.
Coltaine.
He's not in total defense anymore, is he? Right. Coltaine uses his guarding attack and counter power on Rekoj. In fact, no he doesn't. Coltaine uses a Viper Strike. Oh look, a 14.
Luck is just not on Coltaine's side this battle as we move into round 18.
Well, Rekoj doesn't have a massive arsenal, so he goes for another Strength of Stone attack. Rolls 22, not sure if that breaks, and deals 11 points of damage.
Rekoj has hardly missed a single strike in this battle. He brings Coltaine down to 26 out of 45. Once again, the Warlord is nearly bloodied. Coltaine.
Coltaine uses a Viper Strike. Oh, an 18. Wow.
Unfortunately, still not enough as we move into round 19. Rekoj.
Rekoj goes for another Strength of Stone attack. Rolls a 21.
Once
For
again,
7 points of
just
damage.
managing to strike Coltaine, taking him down to 19 out of 45. The Warlord is getting into dangerous territory, in possible 2-strike mode, when Rekoj could attack, action point, and take out the Warlord. Coltaine is up.
Coltaine uses his second wind, because at least that's not something he can miss at.
Coltaine back up to 30 out of 45. Things aren't looking too bright for the Warlord, however, there is still at least one more round, that is to say, one more fight, because this is a best-of-3 series. Round 20, Rekoj.
Rekoj goes for another Strength of Stone attack. Actually, no. Since Coltaine is going to a defensive mode, Rekoj takes a step back and burrows in as well.
Rekoj playing in a peculiarly coquettish fashion as we move to Coltaine.
Just a moment. Alright. Coltaine moves adjacent to Rekoj and attempts to bull rush him. So that's strength
Should be pushing him there.
versus fortitude. Yes. So that's just, I just roll strength, right?
Yeah, strength plus half level.
Oh look, a friggin' 12! Apparently, I really can't roll above a 10 today.
Silver lining wasn't a fumble. Round 21, Rekoj.
Rekoj gets out of his total defense and attacks Coltaine. Rekoj rolls a critical,
Of course, why not?
dealing 13 points of damage.
Well, at least it wasn't that significant of a crit. Nonetheless, Coltaine taken down to 17 out of 45 hit points. Coltaine can survive maybe 2 more hits. The Warlord's turn. He knows now's the time to bring out all the stops, but maybe in the next matchup, in the next match, he'll have better luck.
Coltaine uses his magical dwarven chainmail,
Oh,
Just
right,
his last-
forgot about that.
his last healing power. He gains 11 hit points.
Coltaine back up to 28 out of 45.
Coltaine tries to bull rush Rekoj again. This time, he gets a 26, finally rolled a 20.
Coltaine pushes Rekoj 1 square back, closer to the perimeter of his plants, but still in the area.
There's a wall behind me.
Yeah, now. I've moved you.
Yeah, okay.
What's your point?
No, nothing.
Round 22, Rekoj.
Well, Rekoj realizes that Coltaine might be trying to push him outside of his plant guard area, so he takes a step east, putting him between a wall and Coltaine, and then he uses another strength of stone attack on the human. Oh, Rekoj rolls a 20.
Oh, Rekoj's what, second miss of the session?
No, he fumbled once, and I think he missed a couple of times too.
He only missed with javelin.
Coltaine.
Coltaine tries a Viper Strike. Oh, 21, not enough.
Round 23, Rekoj.
Rekoj shifts again, and attempts to use his Thundering Ram Assault.
Rekoj has positioned himself such that Coltaine is standing before the pit, in fact 10 feet away, 2 squares. But the Thundering Ram Assault would push him into the pit if this attack lands.
Hits.
And if Coltaine fails to save.
Rekoj managed to roll a 20 on the Thundering Ram Assault, dealing a critical of 13 points of damage, and pushing Coltaine 3 squares.
Coltaine down to 15 out of 45, but more importantly, he needs to roll that saving throw. I believe as a human he gains a +1 bonus to saving throws, so he has a 60% chance of not falling, but that still means he has a 40% chance of losing this battle right now.
It's because of the human feat, actually. I had to take a feat to get that +1. I got a 19, I succeed.
Coltaine instead falls prone at the edge of the cliff, at the edge of the pit, hanging on by a thread, but he's still severely damaged.
I don't think it's damaged, I think it's more like injured.
Coltaine.
Coltaine stands up and moves away.
Coltaine now on the other side of the pit and outside of Rekoj's plants. Round 24, Rekoj. If this battle lasts another round, it will officially be the longest battle of this tournament.
Rekoj steps out of the foliage.
Rekoj now confident enough in his ability to finish off Coltaine, coming out of his defensive position.
And let me think. He charges at Coltaine. Rolls a 29 and deals 13 points of damage.
Rekoj takes down... Oh no, he doesn't. Coltaine down to 2
No.
out of 45.
Rekoj then uses his action point, and he uses his Hungry Earth power, and rolls 26 versus Fortitude, dealing 7 points of damage.
Rekoj with a 1-2 punch takes down Coltaine, ends this battle in time to tie it for the longest battle, and is one step closer to the Drogon Crown Throne Belt.
Alright, let's get round 2 started. This was ridiculous.
For the record, Coltaine in fact has a higher attack bonus than Rekoj. So this really was Nick's poor luck, but this is why it's a best of 3 series, and not so that luck will play less of a factor by spreading it out over a couple matches rather than just one do-or-die match. Stick around for match 2 in this best of 3 series.